This is Adrian Hart with your Southeast Colorado News on seconews.org. We're here with Donnie Hollingsworth. Donnie, a longtime contributor on Seco News. You've seen his work before, and if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. We're going to be sharing some links to some of that stuff. You can see it on the wall here. If I pan over a little bit, you can see some of his work on display here at the Corazon Gallery in Trinidad. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the gallery, Donnie?
Sure. The gallery's been in operation, from my knowledge, since about 76, so almost 50 years.
Wow.
This whole area, this location was a department store.
Okay.
Originally, and then they split it up sometime in the 70s. And so we have these different galleries. This particular one is a cooperative. It's we take turns. We
really kind of an art collective going on here.
Art collective. It's a non-profit, so we depend on donations, things like this, and there's a large art community here. A lot of writers too, and
it's really surprised me at the amount of artwork under the roof here. It's in sections by the artist, right?
Right.
And
the art we're looking at right now is by one of the luminaries here.
Okay.
She helped keep it going through the years here, and
very cool stuff.
Yeah. Very nature oriented. You can get a lot of that. And then we have more. A little bit of abstraction in the background with Lisa's work. There's also representational art and
very warm nature feeling pieces there from that artist.
And a lot of these pieces, they're from previous shows.
Okay.
That because the artists here, they also answer in something.
Checking out downtown Trinidad, you can see Main Street from inside the windows here at the Corazon Gallery. With us, Donnie. Again, Donnie, we've got an upcoming exhibit. You guys are kind of at the closing time for the entries, but you guys have extended that. Tell us a little about it.
We can extend that. It's Nature's Wonders. It's asking local artists to contribute pieces of art that make us appreciate nature, or at least nature themed. You can take different artistic liberties with that. But yeah, we have shows. We have these kinds of shows every other month or so.
Okay.
Most of it, we have like 4 or 5 shows per year that's open to the public, I would say.
Okay.
But yeah, this whole wall is bare because we're going to put these pieces up soon.
Very nice.
And,
so there is an entry fee.
There is an entry fee.
Tell us a little about that.
Okay, so the entry.
You're good. Let's get you in the camera. There we go. We got you. Go ahead.
The entry fee is it's $15 for one, $25 for two, $3 for $30.
Okay.
So the size limit's 36 by 36. I already see a piece over there that looks to be about 4 feet. So
little forgiving on some of those.
We're sometimes we can bend those rules. Sometimes it's by it's person by person.
Yep.
And so the submission deadline is the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. Today's what?
The 5th?
Today is the 5th?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Doesn't time fly when you're having fun, Donnie?
Yeah, right.
I see you do have a pile of submissions over there.
We do.
Yeah, so that's good to see. It's not an outcry for more submissions, but the opportunity is there.
Yeah, and we would love to open this up more to Southeast Colorado. Adrian knows my story. I spent about 7 or 8 years living in La Hansa and Lamar. And I know for a fact that there are some great artists in Southeast Colorado.
Absolutely.
And we would love to have more of them in these sorts of exhibits to show off.
And this is an opportunity for those artists to sell the pieces and, of course, earn some money on it.
Yeah, and make a connection.
Yep. So find out the details on the commissions for using the location. Because, man, this place is beautiful. Zeke's been here the whole time wandering around filming with his 360 camera. So that's cool. We're going to have that walkthrough video for folks at some point. I imagine your walls are kind of ever changing, ever living art displays, right?
They are. Every time I walk by here, my pieces are in different places, which I love because you're showing off different artists at different places, you know. And we also, as we saw back there, each artist has their own wall. So if you see something in the front you like, you can say, hey, well,
is there more?
Yeah, there's more.
So, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I love it, man. Anything that you feel like you need to add? As Donnie ponders, we'll pan.
Let me see. What can I add? Well,
folks can get their art added to the wall here.
Yeah, you can get your art added to the wall.
What a great way to get started with your relationship.
Yeah.
You said the gallery's been going for over 50 years.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
And when we told the bakery I was going to come, I bought the turnover from the bakery around the corner, said, we're going to go do the interview at the gallery. And her response was, oh, you're going to have fun.
Yeah, because there's still things in here that I think I've seen for the first time. It's been on the walls this whole time. Because I'm always seeing something new. But yeah, it's a great place, as all parts of Colorado, but it's a little bit more in the mountains. So there's a tourism kind of flow through here, and it's not that much in March as compared with June and July.
Yeah.
But it's things to keep in mind, especially it makes art easier to sell in a place where there's
where you get that traffic, the art community really looking to buy art.
Yeah, and there's like a connection here between here and Taos. There's lots of artists here who are from New Mexico who bring in that kind of feel. That piece up there, these are pretty much the luminaries who kept it going.
Wow.
Bill and Trish. And you can see in this one, that's a famous old church facade.
Okay.
That's in New Mexico.
I see. Yeah.
And so just that whole feel, that confluence, that nexus of all these things meeting together. The different kinds of artists were very open-minded to representation, abstract to experimental art, to things that, like I mentioned, that you take artistic liberties. We had, for instance, a black and white show where one of the rules was that it had to be in black and white. Well,
very neat,
right? But there was one piece by a local artist, a very well done piece, and it was of an interracial couple. She took that to mean black and white. And so that was accepted into the show. It's just an example, So we
art's supposed to push the boundaries.
It is, and that piece upset people. That piece made people happy, which I think what art's supposed to do.
It's supposed to generate that conversation.
Yeah.
You got it, man. Generating conversations with art. I'm gonna rhyme a little. The Corazon Gallery, much of it focused on the heart. So
yes,
very cool. All right, Donnie. Great opportunity for any of our Southeast Colorado artists to kick it off and reach into a whole new market.
Yes.
So get a hold of Donnie at the Corazon Art Gallery. How do they do that?
Well, they can...
Click the link. Click the link.
Right. There's a phone number down here. It's 719-846-0207. That's for the gallery itself. You can also look us up online, corazongallery.org. And you can see some of the artists there who have been here for some time and some of their work.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for this coverage.
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Anything I can do, paying you back, having you on board with Seco News, helping from kind of the get-go, is a big deal, man.
I highly support what you're doing, man.
Thank you. We'll do the on-screen fist bump For Donnie Hollingsworth, the Corazon Art Gallery, and the people of Southeast Colorado, I'm Adrian Hart.